their legs again. The final battle where all the ghosts of the bad cats are coming back to life after having trained a bunch of normal cats to be evil.
Oh no.
That starts to happen. So Jay
What's the
Feather,
ghost
it's the Dark Forest.
Oh.
And then my favorite guy. This was his one misstep. Jay Feather is like hand on her head, like, and then sends her memories. He's like, "You are Cinderpelt. You have to help me because there are so many dying cats right now." She's like, the medicine knowledge. I know it now. And then she starts healing everybody. But she and Lion Blaze are in love. And medicine cats can't be in love. So she's like, "Lion Blaze, I can't." And he's like, "But you're not Cinderbelt, you're Cinderheart." She's like, "I must be a medicine cat." And then they do this for a while, and he's sad. His romances never work out.
Yeah.
So he's sad. He's like,
That's
"But
like-
I love her." And she's like, "But I love him. I have to do my job now." I don't remember what finally triggers her out of it to be like, "Wait, I don't have to be my past self because I'm reincarnated. I can do what I want." I'm sure it was Jay Feather being like, "I know I had to reawaken these memories in you, but you're your own person. Just be with my brother already." And then they're like, "Whoa!"
Sounds like Chris Redfield, but Warrior Cats.
That's not what he's like.
No.
He wouldn't be. He'd be like, "Marry him if you want. I don't even care." But yeah, like, that whole thing. I think they had children in one of the later books, and I was very happy. I was like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot. They broke up earlier because I forgot what exactly happened. I was thinking about it, though, because he is part of a prophecy, Lion Blaze. He's, like, indestructible, pretty much. He will never lose a fight. That's his thing, even though he did lose several, as a child. It wasn't until later he's like, "I'm unbeatable. Yeah!" Right? He picked a fight. I think he and Cinderheart had a fight, and she's like, "Something's up with you." And he's like, "Nothing's up with me." He's like, "I'm gonna go pick a fight." And he gets himself beat up, like, crawls back, and she's like, "I can't date you because I'm scared you're gonna die." And he's like, "I'm immortal. Nothing can scratch me. I let them do this." And she's like, "That's worse." I can't do it. I can't be in this relationship with you if I think you're gonna die. And then he finally, like, later on, he, like, gets a scratch, and he's like, "I can be injured."
It's like
This was
Puss
a
in
later
Boots.
thing. Kinda, yeah. He's like, "The prophecy is no more." Like, pretty much. It was at that point. It was pretty much. But, like, gosh. And they're not even my favorite characters, dude.
Oh, dang.
I barely care about Lion Blaze. He's like a Jill guy with a little bit of an ego. And he's, like, kind of fluffy. Cinderheart is, like, a little spunky. I don't know. She's just okay. Jay Feather's where it's at. Who else? I don't know. Dovewing's just okay. She's like, "I'm gonna have a forbidden romance." I'm like, all these other forbidden romances.
Is that your one issue with Warrior Cats?
I mean, it's not. It's just it happens so often. And also, she's like, "I'm in love with the grandson of Tiger Star." You know, and he's named Tiger. Like, his mom named him Tiger. She's like, "Yeah, I know my dad killed so many people. He was mega racist. My brother looks like him, and that scars him. My son looks kind of like him. I see no trouble." I think he became Tiger Star 2. This is the first time. Literally,
Hitler
I think
2.
he did it fine. Like, he wasn't, like, a murderer. But, like, he and Dovewing went on a funny little adventure. Never send any young cats on an adventure together from different clans unless you want them to fall in love. Alright, it happened to Crowfeather. That's before he was Crowfeather. Crowpaw and Feathertail. It happened to Brambleclaw and Squirrelflight. They were in the same group. Oh my gosh. Poor Stormfur. He didn't have a love interest. Well, he did. But, like, that poor guy, he was, like, in the middle of, like, 2 romances that were, like, budding, and he's like, I'm just here for my sister. It's like, I'm here because my sister had a dream. Where was I going? Okay, Deathwing and Tiger Heart. He's another heart. They started loving that, but, like, they have a funny little romp. She's in love with him. She has super hearing and super eyesight. She can see pretty much anything. It's kind of like telepathy. She can just, like, she's like, oh, we have a drought. I hear creatures up the stream making something with sticks. And she's right. She had a dream. It was beavers. And they'd never seen beavers before. And they go on an adventure to go kill the beavers. It kind of goes... I mean, they didn't kill the beavers. I think they fought and, like, got horribly injured.
Deserved.
They, like, broke the dam. They're like, we're saved. And then they're like, I kind of like Tiger Heart. You know, as her sister's like, you can't be getting with this Shadow Clan cat. And she's like, you don't know anything, Ivy Pool. And Ivy Pool's like, I have imposter syndrome because you are in a prophecy and I'm not. I have nightmares every night where I have to fight to the death with people. And if you get hurt in the dream, you get hurt in real life. I got asked by Jade Feather and Lion Blaze to hold the secret and spy for them, so my side is even more dangerous. All I ask, stop dating Tiger Heart. She's like, no. It's like, Ivy Pool, why are you like this? Like, I feel so bad for Ivy Pool. Like, she is not my favorite, but, like, she goes through so much. Her personality is just kind of like, I'm in my sister's shadow.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. I mean, she's sympathetic to people. She's a good actor, I guess. But, like, Tiger Heart, I think he breaks up with Deathwing. I think. I don't remember. I didn't care. They're like, we're romping away in the woods. I'm like, ugh. But, like, he breaks up with her. It breaks really bad. He, like, kind of hates her a little bit. He's kind of like, I don't like Deathwing. I hate ThunderClan, kind of thing. It's like Deathwing's like, man, do I choose between Tiger Heart or Gray Stripe's really sweet son, Bumblestripe? He's really cute.
Bumblestripe's his name.
Bumblestripe. He's got... They're the alliteration siblings. Who are the alliteration siblings? Please feed us. Please feed us. Because it's... Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, I just remember what happened to his sister. Rabbit hole after rabbit hole. It's so complex. Because Bumblestripe, he's got a sister Blossomfall. She's okay. I don't think she does anything ever interesting. They have Briarheart, I think. Another heart? Or was it Briarfall? I don't think that would be insensitive. Because, okay, one time, there were storms in the lake. There was a tree at the top of the land where the ThunderClan cats live. It crashed. Longtail, an elder, he's been there from day one. He, like, runs in to go help his friend. No, she had, like, I think she had food or something. She's like, I'm not leaving my food. And he's like, get out, there's a tree gonna fall. Because Deathwing was like, I hear it creaking. The tree is gonna fall. And they're like, get out, you know. Get out of the camp. That's the way. Get out of the camp. You know, so they're all like trying to hurry and like, get the children, go on, you know, get the elders. And then Mouse Fur, she's also been there from the beginning. She's like, I forgot my mouse. I'm not gonna leave a perfectly good food. And then Longtail, he's like, fine. He runs back in to go get it for her. And then like Briarpaw at the time is like, wait, don't go in there. She runs after Longtail. The tree falls on them. Longtail is dead. Mouse Fur blames herself because he went back for her like mouse. And like Briarpaw, she's lame. Her spine is. Yeah, Chow, what's up?
Keep going.
Her back legs don't work. She feels miserable. She's like, I'm a failure. I can't even move around. Her mom, Millie, is distraught. She's like, Jay Feather, do something. And he's like, dude, I can't. He like sticks a claw in her leg. He's like, you feel that? She's like, you doing something? Or you feel that? And she's like, Millie's like, what on earth are you doing? He's like, she doesn't feel it because her spine is kind of broken. Millie's like, save my daughter. And he's like, she's still alive, okay? You gotta keep her spirits up. Stop yelling at me. You know. They have a whole thing, like, she's just like, I feel miserable, I can't do nothing. And she crawls herself around the camp, and everyone, like, feels so bad. They're like, you're doing great, sweetie. Like, Billy's like, yeah, keep doing your exercises. Like, it's really sad. There's, like, a great moment, though, where, like, she's like, I can't do anything, you know, like, I don't want to do your funny exercises, Jay Feather, you know, to, like, keep her, like, front paws strong.
Yeah.
So she can move at all. You know, I remember he, like, took her down to the lake. He's like, what about swimming? So he takes her down there. She's a really good swimmer. He's like, yay! She's like, yeah! I can't remember. Someone came and yelled at him. Like, what are you doing? It was probably Millie. She was like, what are you doing? She's gonna drown! You know? He's like, it's working! Stop questioning me. I love Jay Feather. He's the best. He's so old right now, and it breaks my heart. His dad is old. Bramble's Claw's children are so lame. I'm sorry. That's more of the recent stuff. Like, his son, his silly son, it went too fast. It was like, I'm an apprentice now, to I'm a warrior in, like, 2 books. I was like, it took Firestar, like, 4 to get there, bro. You are too fast. And then he's just kind of like, I'm kind of nice. I have prophetic dreams. And I'm like, get out of your way. Jay Feather is there. Let him do everything. Adder Heart, it's gotta be, isn't it? His sister's name is Spark Pelt. His name is Adder. I think it's Adder Heart. It's their new favorite. All right. He has a dream. He dreams of Sky Clan and how they need them back. So Sandstorm, Firestar's wife, who lived after he died, is an elder. She's the only one who knows where Sky Clan is. So she goes on this little quest with Adderheart when he was still an apprentice to go bring them back.
Ooh.
They bring them back. Like, they're kind of, I think they were getting overrun by rats. It was, really bad.
Yeah.
Like, rat infestation. Leaf Star's like, yeah, I think we have to give up on this gorge. It's like, we got a really nice lake. She's like, will they even allow us back? They, like, drove us out of the old forest. He's like, oh, yeah, totally.
That's
She's
right,
like,
the other clan, or the weird stray cat stuff.
Yeah.
I sort of...
Yeah, kind of.
The Sky Clan graphic novels were really good.
They were so good. Remember Soul? There's a new guy, his name is Tree. He's like, I see dead cats. I'm like, you wish you were Soul, alright? That guy was conniving. He was so good. He's like a minor antagonist. He showed up for 1 book. Okay, 2. He showed up for 2 books. Was like, what's up, ThunderClan? I know about you guys. Oh, look at you, you're a deputy. Are you guys hanging out in the apprentice den? And they're like, what's this loser know about our whole way of life? How does he know? He's like, let me go chat with Firestar. And then they're chatting, and Firestar's like, you're full of crap. Get out of here. And he's like, okay. And then he prances on over to Shadow Clan. And he's like, what's up, guys? And they're like, we're gonna kill you. And he's like, you wouldn't. I want to talk with you, leader. Show me Black Star. And he's like, what's up? And he's like, don't you think StarClan is bogus? And he's like, I think you're right. My life has been bad. Everything has been bad. You're right. I'm an atheist now. And everything starts going bad. Literally, he's like, I don't believe in StarClan. And then he's like, do whatever you want. Fend for yourselves. And then, like, the, like, pregnant moms are like, I can't hunt for food. I'm pregnant. And the old cats are like, I'm too old. I can't hunt for frogs. They're like, one of them, I can't remember who it might have been. It might have been Bramble Star's, that's a spoiler, Bramble Claw's sister, Tawny Pelt, walks in. She had just given birth, I think. And she's like, please. I'm sorry. I remember one of her children. Alright, she had 3. Tiger, I already talked about. Future Tiger Heart. Fire something. Flame Pelts. The girl one, I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. It started with a B, I swear. But yeah, she like brings her kids, hangs out, cause you know, her brother is like second in command. So she's like, hi, Black Star's lost his mind. Alright, I'm just hanging out here for a while. He's like, yeah, that's no problem. You know, and then so busybodies, little, I think her children probably, maybe it might have, who am I thinking of? Someone was helping them. I think it was some apprentices from Shadow Clan. It might have been Tawny Pelt's children. They're like, this soul guy sucks. The Shadow Clan's gone downhill. You know, and so they're like, well, we gotta do something about this. StarClan is so real. How can you not believe in StarClan? So they like, it rains a bunch. They dig up the roots of a bunch of little trees, and then they like convince someone to take Black Star on a walk through that part of the woods. And he's like, I'm an atheist. And then one of them's like, oh, dude. Okay, it was the medicine cat. I think it was One Whisker. And he's like, is it One Whisker? I think so. He's like, how could you forsake StarClan? And he's like, I don't believe in it. And then the kids, they like dig up the trees. I think they have one of them like talking in an ominous voice. You know, he's like, you've made StarClan angry. And then the little tree goes, pfft. He's like, whoa. And they're like, this is what happens when you don't listen. You know, dunk. Oh, you know, behave, StarClan. I will kill you all. You know, he's like, I believe. They like tricked him into believing in StarClan again. They're like, we have to make our own miracles now. It was so good. And then like, he drove Soul out after that. He's like, get out of here. They're real. And he's like, bah. And he leaves for a while. And then when Hollyleaf is doubting herself, I don't remember why. He was just like, yeah, I'm here to enable you. Like, come meet me in my funny den. Like, I don't remember what happened after that to him. Oh! Eclipse. That's the book he's in. He goes, StarClan is no longer powerful. I see the future. Tomorrow, the sun will be gone. They're like, what does he know? And then there's an eclipse, and the sun disappears, and everyone's like, StarClan's angry with us. And like everyone starts freaking out. And he's like, I told you. Because he knows about calendars, I guess. But yeah, it's so funny. I remember when I sighed remembering Tawny Pelt's children. So Tiger Heart, future Tiger Star 2, total cringe failure. I don't like him very much. He's like, sibling, I think she was kind of mean. She was okay though. Other sibling, Flame Pelt. He becomes a medicine cat. Oh, look at him. He's a medicine cat. That's so cute. He's having a good time. One day, it's winter. The lake is frozen. Some guys are playing hockey. They're having a good time. And then the ice starts to break. Jay Feather is like, foresees something bad about to happen. He's like, wait, watch out. He's like skidding across the ice he's on this side, they're on this side. He's like, wait, watch out. You know, they're like, oh no. And then the ice breaks. Flame pelt, boom, into the water. Jay Feather, who is blind, dives in after him to save him. He's like, no, Flame pelt. They barely know each other. He's like, no. So he like dives in to try and save him. He has a vision of a Sphinx cat. I can't remember his name. I think he was nope, Bone is a different guy. What was his name? It was one word, some short. He was like seer or something. He's like, it's Flame Pelt's time to die, Jay Feather. And he's like, no, it's not. You know, he's like, and he's seeing, like, when he has visions, like, he sees the world again. He's like, no, like, Flame Pelt. You know, he's like, it's his time to die, you know. And then he, like, I think he somehow, like, pulls Jay Feather out. And he's like, yeah, Flame Pelt. And then, like, I think Tawny Pelt comes over and is, like, yelling at Jay Feather. She's like, yeah, let him die. And he's like, I did everything I could.
Yeah.
They're all shook. I don't remember what happened after this, but this was like a big thing. They're like, I think they're in some hardships. So they're like, no, our medicine cat, we need that. He was so young too.
Aww.
Like he was gonna be like the new successor to like the old medicine cat, and he has to find a new apprentice, you know? And they're all mad, and it was like crazy. And Jay Feather starts like laying it on to this old guy. He's like, you don't get to decide who dies and who lives. And he's like, I have a stick where I mark people who have died, all right? This is my job. You listen to me. And he's like, yeah. I love Jay Feather. He's the best. He didn't even have a forbidden romance. Except he did, but it was all in his mind.
What?
Okay,
romance.
Okay, so under the lake there are tunnels.
My God.
One time a bunch of children got lost in these tunnels, and this is also where Lion Blaze was having his forbidden romance with a girl named Heathertail from Wind Clan. Bro, I don't like Heathertail either. She was chill, and then Lion Blaze broke up with her, and now she's like, I mean now, I'm gonna make your life difficult. Wind Clan, dude. 1 star was something else to Wind Clan. But anyway.
Was that the first time he drank?
Probably. Okay, but like, there are tunnels. Alright, Jay Feather goes down there once or twice. He has a vision of this Sphinx cat with like sightless eyes. I don't remember how. He either dreamed, I think he dreamed it. He went to sleep one night where he was stuck in the tunnels, and then he left the tunnels. And then he could see. He was like, man, this blackness is getting less black. What is happening? I can see things. And he is in the past with a bunch of different cats who are like their ancestors. Dude, okay. There's a lake, there's the forest, there's the mountains, alright?
Mm-hmm.
The forest is where we started the series.
Yes.
They went through the mountains to get to the lake, and vice versa, several times.
Okay.
Alright, Jay Feather comes to, he crawls out of this mountain, out of the tunnels, and he's like, where on earth am I? It looks so young. The forest is so, like, the trees are so tiny. And then he meets a bunch of other cats who are like, what's up? Jay's Wing! We thought you died! And he's like, huh? He's like, great! Yeah, I'm Jay's Wing! They're like, oh, come on, look! You know, they're showing him around, and, like, there's this one girl who's like, hey, Jay's Wing! And he's like, huh? And she's like, it's me, Half Moon! And he's like, oh, hi! What's up? She's like, it's like, you've been different since you left the tunnels. He's like, yeah, it's weird under there. And, like, he meets some guy, his name is, like, Lion something. I don't remember what it was. Lion Heart. They used that name already. No. Lion claw, maybe. I don't know. They're like separated by spaces, so this is different. Like it's not J wing, Jay's wing, you know?
Yeah.
So they're like, Jay's wing, come on, look over here. Like, Shadow Pelts just had children. And they're like, we're gonna name this one Dove Wing. And he's like, just like that kid that was born. It's like, in my time, there's someone named Dove's Wing. You know, it's like, that's freaky. There's my brother, there's a me, and there's a cousin. I think they're cousins. Let me think. Firestar's sister had a child. That child had a child. That child had Dovewing. I don't even know. Cousins, I think. I think they're cousins. Yeah, with my cousin Dovewing, right? And then they're like, man, there's not a lot of food, but it's nice hanging out with you, Jay's Wing. I hope you feel better and more like yourself. And he's like, uh-huh. And then like, he's like, she's kind of cute. I don't even know, bro. He like sleeps there. He like wakes up. He's still there. He somehow knows. He's like, these guys have to go live in the mountains. And he tells them so. He's like, you guys, we should live in the mountains. They're like, we should hold a vote. And they hold a vote. He has the deciding vote.
Oh.
And he's like, am I doing the right thing?
Oh, no.
He votes they go to the mountain. Even though Half Moon didn't want to, she votes to stay because she wants to start a family with Jay's Wing. She's like, I want to stay here with you. And he's like, I have to go to the mountains. And then they're like, we're going to the mountains. So they all pack up and leave. On the journey, he's like walking along with her, and he's like, what? And then like he starts like disappearing, and she's like, what? Jay's Wing, where'd you go? He's gone. He's back in the real world. He feels so sad. Later on, way later, he dreams of this past again. He's in the mountains. He's there with them. They're like, you went missing on the journey, bro. Welcome back. And they're like, it's kind of tough out here. Maybe we should go back. And he's like, we have to stay. Don't tell me how I know this. He and Half Moon go to this, like, ritual site for deciding the leader of the clan of Mountain Cats. He realizes that Half Moon has to be the leader, and that means she can't be in love with anybody. So she didn't want to be there, and yet she went. She didn't want to be leader, and she becomes leader. She becomes the first stone teller of the tribe in the mountains. And then Jay Feather leaves again, and she knows it's about to happen. She's like, now you're gonna leave again. And he's like, I'm sorry, I love you. And they both do. It's so sad. He, like, wakes up crying back in his own time. Like, Leafpool's like, Jay Feather, what's wrong? He's like, nothing. And he moves on with his life. He had a forbidden romance in the past and kept it to himself. That poor boy. He met a ghost cat in the tunnels.
He made a ghost cat?
No.
Okay. He met
a ghost cat named Fallen Leaves. He lives down there perpetually. He's ghost. He went down in there for, like, their rite of passage. That's where Jay came from. Was his rite of passage. Fallen Leaves died down there.
Whoa.
And he, like, helps Jay Feather move throughout the tunnels. He's like a guide. When his sister gets trapped down there, he saves her life. Vaughn Leaves is the goat. I love that guy. Yeah, my poor boy. The medicine cats, dude, they're so good. Like, Leafpool, like, falling in love with Crowfeather after he's like, I can't love anyone else. My heart died with Feathertail after she got impaled by that stalactite killing that cougar one time.
Whoa.
Literally, I took my name, Crowfeather, is based on Feathertail, who died to save my life. I'll never love anyone again. And then he and Leafpool fall in love. She's like, I love him. And they're like, let's run off together. And they leave right as that badger attack that I was telling you about earlier happened. She's like, I have to go back. As they're like, wake up, like, oh, I love running away with you. I have to go back. And he's like, okay. Because he knows her clan is what she loves. She loves her clan more than she loves him. So they go back. He, like, saved her life. I can't remember if this was before they ran away or after, but I feel like she's about to fall off of a precipice as he's talking to himself, and he's like, no, I can't. But, like, Feathertail, but, like, her? Like, as he's realizing he's in love with her. And she's like, help me, I'm sleeping. And he's like, do I like her? She's like, help me. And then he, like, picks her up. She's like, I don't think he's gonna pick me up. And then he does. And he's like, okay. But, like, after that rejection, he goes back to his clan. They have his whole thing. He gets, like, Leafpool has Jayfeather, Hollyleaf, Lion Blaze. They're Crowfeather's children, raised by Squirrelflight, so that no one knows that Leafpool had an affair. Crowfeather falls in love with this mean lady named Nightshade, has a child named Breeze Pelt, who's the worst. It's so funny because they go on a little mission together, like a Jayfeather, Lion Blaze, Hollyleaf, with Breeze Pelt, and they're like, man, he has it tough with Crowfeather as a father. I'm glad Brambleclaw's my dad. And then, like, get the Rude Awakening. They're half siblings with that loser.
No.
And they're like, ew, Crowfeather's my dad. I hate that guy. And he hates them. Because he's like, those are our kids. I hate them. I think he did save their life once, but, like, his new wife kinda knows. Like, she's like, you know, like, Crowfeather will be wistfully looking at ThunderClan, and she's like, come on, honey, let's go support our child, you know? Like, she's like, come on. He's like, yeah, okay. And he's just, like, mean. That poor guy. He went through so much, and now he's just, like, rude. And his son is terrible. And his son gets with Heathertail, who was in love with Lion Blaze, and then they're, like, a girl boss mean couple. There's so much, dude. I haven't even gotten to the books that I don't even care about yet.
Please save it for another day.
I know. I've been yapping for so long.
Do you want to guess how long this video is?
Half an hour. There's so much. It's so dense. It's so good. And this was mostly just a rant about not even new prophecy. Mostly Power of 3 and what's it called? Omen of the Stars. That was it. Omen of the Stars. It was mostly those two series that I was talking about.
Crazy. Final thoughts to cap off the video.
So I think Warriors is pretty good. The people are like, it's terrible. I enjoy it though. Just say you enjoy it, alright? Because it's good. I didn't even talk about the time Hawkfrost trapped Firestar in a fox trap so Brambleclaw would kill him. That went hard though.